I wanted to add a new thing to the channel.
Yeah, networking is key.
It's basically all about the people.
My name is Borna Zuber. Welcome to my YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed yet.
As an intro to the interviews that I'm going to start doing in October, so that's one of the bigger plans that I have.
See you at the top.
This is something motivating. I think it will help a lot.
Hi everyone, my name is Borna Zuber. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. I know this is an interesting topic that we're going to cover today. If you haven't been here, I do these vlog style videos and I try to cover topics to make them useful for people. Right now, I wanted to change it up a little bit about, I'm not talking about Ireland right now. I'm going to switch it over to Croatia for a bit because this weekend on the 22nd of March, something big happened. Actually, we got a lot of earthquakes happening in Zagreb right now. So the first one was on March 22nd. It was around 5.3, 5.4, around 6 o'clock in the morning. It was shaking for like 10 to 15 seconds. Then it was followed by another one around half an hour later. There was also around 5.1, something like that. Then there was a third one, I think an hour and a half later, that was about 3.7, 3.5, something like that. So a little bit weaker, but still strong. And there are currently a lot of buildings damaged in Zagreb. A lot of them are destroyed. A lot of roofs came in. A lot of parts of buildings fell down onto the streets. So right now it's a pretty tough situation for Zagreb and the surrounding area. A lot of cars got damaged because the rubble was falling onto the streets and there were cars parked there. The luck in the whole situation is actually that not a lot of people were on the streets because of the coronavirus. Everybody was said to spend time at home, not go out, work from home, so they weren't in the cars, they weren't on the streets. If it happened at that time, there would have been a lot of people killed, but for now, there's not a lot of casualties. So there was one critical situation where a 15-year-old girl was heavily injured in I think it was bricks falling down, and she was in the hospital. They were struggling for her life, but she unfortunately died. So yeah, it's a terrible situation because it surprised everyone. I don't think people were ready for something like that, especially not in this coronavirus situation right now, which is very contradictory because of the coronavirus situation, everybody has been told to stay at home, don't go out, stay in your apartments and everything. And then because of the earthquakes, they had to leave their apartments, and it was strange to see people outside on the sidewalks, not grouped up, spread out, but you know, still hard times really right now. People are kind of like confused and don't know what to do. From the main physical damage to the city, you can see the streets and the old buildings in the center of the city have been damaged, but there are some landmarks that have been damaged as well. The Petrova hospital, that was the worst in my opinion because it's filled with pregnant women and they had to be evacuated. And the worst part about the situation is that weekend temperatures dropped to like winter level, when it was around 0 degrees, so they were freezing outside. And they had to be transferred over to a different hospital, but it was a tough situation because they needed help transferring all the equipment. So one of the great things actually that happened during the whole situation is that everybody from the army, the police, the fire brigade, and also some like, you know, those hooligan cheerlead squads, they actually helped a lot and were very active. They helped transport all the equipment and the children and the women from the hospital into another hospital, and assisted in clearing out the rubble and taking everything away. So they did a really good job and they reacted really fast. Another thing from the landmarks that you can see in Zagreb is actually the cathedral. So Zagreb has a really huge, famous cathedral that was really one of the symbols of the city. It's in all the maps and everywhere. And during the first earthquake, one of the tops of the towers chipped off and fell down. So now it's kind of like a huge difference in them and it looks really strange. So yeah, they'll have to get that one fixed. Yeah, a bunch of other churches throughout the city got damaged, like collapsing roofs and parts of the building falling off. So yeah, it's not safe right now to be on the streets in Zagreb. A lot of people are panicked and kind of confused on what to do because they were told to stay at home because of the coronavirus, and now they have to be outside. And the good thing is that the city reacted really fast. Social media helped a lot, to be honest on that one. A lot of people got engaged with social media and got a lot of info there. On 3 places throughout the city there were like meals organized where you can come and eat and warm yourself up, so they wanted to help the people that were on the streets. Personally, I wasn't affected because I wasn't there. I don't know if you've been following the channel, but I moved to Ireland some 1.5 years ago, and we got the news on Sunday morning on the 22nd, people asking us like, oh my god, are you okay? Are your friends and family okay? And we started calling people and trying to find out if everyone was okay. Social media helped a lot there because starting with the Facebook app where you can kind of check in that you're fine, all the way to like people posting pictures and comments where you can actually see what's going on. All that helped a lot. I know that a lot of my friends there got engaged in the whole situation, tried to help clearing with the rubble, joining in companies that were giving out food. One of my friends was handing out blankets to the pregnant women that were evacuated from the Petrova hospital into the KBC hospital in Dubrava. So it got organized really well, but there's still a lot of problems that are active right now. A friend of mine has a damaged roof on his house, and it's hard to get people organized to help him right now because everyone's in panic because of the coronavirus. So it's still going slow, but the city reacted fast, and I'll leave an email there where you can send, if you or your friends or family are somehow have one of your properties damaged, you can send an email to the state and they will send someone to evaluate it, and you'll get some help there. Historically, Zagreb is in a situation where it had a lot of earthquakes throughout history. This one is actually the strongest earthquake in the last 140 years. There were a number of earthquakes throughout history where Zagreb was severely damaged. I'll leave a link to the Wikipedia page where you can get more info on that one, but this wasn't the first earthquake. This was just that it's been a long time since there was a really strong earthquake. I remember when I was a little kid, my grandma used to live in Zagreb, and she would call us all the time being like, oh, it was shaking, it was you know, like a smaller earthquake, but it would happen every few days, but it was a really small one, and most people didn't feel it. I know that while I used to live in Zagreb, there were situations where people told me that there was an earthquake, I didn't feel it at all. So yeah, there were a lot of really small ones, and actually nothing happened. But right now in Croatia there's a situation, I know there's the coronavirus situation, I'm gonna make another video about that one, but if you take that into account, then the earthquakes, then there's fires going on one of the bigger islands in Croatia, and yeah, it's a really tough spot for people right now. They're kind of confused and scared, and the temperatures drop, so it's kind of cold, and it's really tough, you know. So it's really nice to see that other countries and people from all over the place are trying to support them through social media, through donations, or just their moral and emotional kind of positive energy that they're sending out to, you know, like encourage people to stay strong. I know that from Bosnia, from Sarajevo, people made this really cool graphic where they kind of support Zagreb, and not just from there, like we had people from Belgrade send us a lot of support, and also outside of this area, so international, you can see on Instagram and things like that are really useful for spreading out the word. I know that there were a lot of consuls from the US or England that posted on Twitter information about what's happening in the city, and I know that a lot of people from other different countries were concerned about what's going on. And yeah, so basically the whole summary is that right now the buildings are damaged, the roads are a bit filled with rubble. It's getting clear. The state reacted fast. Not a lot of people got hurt. There was one girl that died, and yeah, it's being worked on. So thanks everyone for providing support and sending out your best wishes, and yeah, I'm sure it will help some people through their tough times. I think the main thing about situations like this is that they do happen. It's like a natural catastrophe, right? There's not a lot that you can do about that, and it's important to remind us that that's the low point. So from now on it should get better, and it's so important to stay positive in those hard times and to kind of keep moving through the struggle. Guys, I hope you make it through. I hope your families and friends are not affected through this. I hope you make it, and I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week and that everything gets back to normal for you soon. Try not to get the coronavirus. Stay away from, you know, like suspicious places where it might be transferred. And yeah, keep yourself safe. Keep yourself warm. Food, nutrition, everything, all of that is important. And yeah, I'll make another video about the coronavirus, but I wanted to cover this one first because it seems like something that's like really actual right now, really like real and strong, and affected Zagreb and Croatia really strongly. I don't have a lot of information on the fires that are on the island Hvar and other places, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video on that one, but I'll try to find some news for you guys to leave a link below if you want to get more information there. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything else, feel free to leave a comment there. Subscribe to the channel because I'm going to do a lot more videos on this channel in 2020. Usually I'm talking about, you know, like different things and not like catastrophes like this, but this is the city where I spent the last 10 years, so I wanted to do a video about that one. And yeah, if you know how to help and want to help, feel free to contact people and help them there, because I'm sure help is needed right now. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. And guys, before you go to the next video, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel, share it with your friends, and leave me a comment so I know how you liked it. Like my Facebook page, Power Balls, where I sell protein balls. On Instagram, I show really cool pictures from the day. On Twitter, I follow some influencers and information on tech. I also use Snapchat for short videos, but most of the time I spend on LinkedIn, where I put out more serious content because of my job. I also use TikTok to make viral and cool videos. I don't have a blog yet, but I'm working on my Steemit platform, which is a blockchain platform. Guys, thank you again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.